Welcome to Global Village TV show. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Ahmed Kasim. I am host of the program. We have two beautiful ladies here, Michelle Veroba from the Brooks Composite High School, and Xin Zhang from SPEC, manager of newcomers. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, Michelle, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Michelle Veroba. I work at the Brooks Composite High School, and I was born and raised in Brooks. So I love the community. I love the people here. My parents still live here, which is great, and I am really happy with the job I have. I love to eat, and I have two daughters and a great husband, and love to travel.
Fantastic. And also your dad won the citizen of the, he won award for the
yes, the
senior
healthy
citizen.
living. Yeah, the healthy living. He helped organize the summer games this summer, and he's very active and involved in the community as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great dad. Great
Yes.
dad. Yeah.
My mom has won the Citizen of the Year many years ago as well. So they're
Wow.
both they both are big on their community and volunteering.
Fantastic. Yeah. Xin, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Xin Zhang. I'm the Link Newcomer Service Manager, work at for SPEC. And our founder is her RCC. I moved here 14 years ago, and then originally from China. And when I came from China, I directly to arrive Brooks, so I don't have any other place experience. But I enjoy living here. I was struggling for the beginning, but now I'm happy to live here. And then I have two boys, and one's grade 12, one's grade 6, and I live with like four of us with my husband. We have a family called home in Brooks.
Thank you, Xin. And this will be your next time you joining us at Global Village.
Yes, this is second time.
Yeah.
That was 7 years ago, I believe, 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah. You came to the studio.
Yeah.
You and Tony actually. You and your husband.
Yeah.
That time. Yeah. Okay, Michelle, you want to tell us a little bit about your career and what you do in the community and the school?
So at the school, I am the English language learner, student support teacher. The last few years, I was the vice principal, and I started doing research with the University of Calgary to collect data on how our newcomers were feeling coming to the school and the community. So when the previous ELL learner, student support teacher, put in for her retirement, I applied for her job. So my role is teaching the students, working with the team of teachers we have there at the school, and also being part of the intake process. So I work closely with SPEC and welcoming our newcomers, benchmarking to see where their English level is at, and placing them in the courses that they'll need to be successful.
Wow. Okay, Xin, tell us a little bit about the newcomer department of SPEC.
Our Link Newcomer Services have 3 programs. First one is New Family Leads and Worker Program. So we help newcomer women and refugee women as well. And then we're helping them integration to the community. So by supporting them one-on-one support, and also we're running program called Life Skill Program. So we have really variety program session during the life skills under the life skill program. And then we teach them, like educate our newcomer women and then empower them with different set of skill. For example, we have like how to do interview, how to do showing, like hire, like makeup, so lots of things under there. And we also have international cooking while they are cooking together, they share culture and also language practice. And we also have another big department called Swiss worker, that is Swiss and e-Swiss. That we, the Swiss worker working closely with the school, and they are the first entry for the first contact person as well for whoever newcomer arrive in our community and need to register the school in different area. So we are the person at our Swiss worker. We will help the family settlement in our community, also in our school. We also will doing orientation to provide information for the new family so they know what's the difference between their country, which is a Canadian school system. We also give school feedback. That's why we work together. So to see like, oh, this is the community and this is their cultural background. And so when the student arrive school while preparing. We also have a hippie program, which is we support newcomer mom, whoever has 3 years to 5 years children at home. So we're doing role play with the mom, and we get ready and help the mom preparing when the kids and when they are turning 5 years old. So by the school age, they are ready for school. So that is all of our Link newcomer service we are offer at this moment.
So the one is you do have a Swiss and e-Swiss.
Yes.
So those are two different things?
Yes. Swiss worker called settlement worker in school. So we doing initially like needs assessment and to helping their daily life. But e-Swiss called enhanced Swiss worker. So meaning enhanced is we will definitely supporting more as an individual, maybe how complex issues from the family, our e-Swiss will get involved, and e-Swiss will doing a deeper needs assessment from the family, from the top to the bottom. We will do a 360 needs assessment to see what's happening, why this student is struggling in the school, what's the problem for the parents, and any support we can do. So that is a totally different program. And we have lots of good feedback from the school and the parents. Is really helpful and really impact the student and their family.
So in general, you're a Swiss or e-Swiss. So they are not only there for translation, they do their cultural also.
Of
for
course.
The newcomers.
One of in translation, because we have variety language spoken in our team, this is our benefits, but this is not only our job description, right? So we because we have the language ability, so we jump in mostly time like to speak the same language with the parents, make things easy. But our job, that's interpretation only really tiny spot for us. So we're doing mostly like a cultural. We can say we are the cultural bridge. So we are the cultural broker as well. So we let the school understand why these parents come from to saying why they talk like this way and what's their sensitive for their culture. And we also give the parent feedback. This is the school system. You have to understand this. You have to adjusting. So like make the school and the teacher and even the family to totally understand what's the gap between in that area. So that is a part of our job for cultural, and we do a lot of things like one-on-one support for the student and also for the school. And again, that interpretation only part of our job.
No, thank you very much, you guys. Xin and you guys and your team are doing fantastic job at these schools.
That'll be central.
Thank you so much.
What is one thing you love about your career?
One thing I love about my job is that every day is different. I love the autonomy we have within a classroom to structure our lessons the way we want. I enjoy the student population that we have at the Brooks Composite High School. We have a very diverse population. I heard you talking about the city of 100 hellos. I would say we are the school of 100 hellos. Yeah. And so every day, not every day, but we have a lot of newcomers coming into our school. We have a lot of students their families are born and raised from Brooks, and we are really striving hard to create a sense of belonging within our school, and I love being a part of that.
So how long, for example, a kid is coming from their native countries, they come to school, they go for ESL. Mm-hmm. What age would they not be able to continue then?
So when they cannot be 20 as of this first day of school. they can no longer continue at the high school. From there, we are working on transitioning them to either the Medicine College, Brooks Campus, to BCalc. SPEC has supports. There's Outcome if they want to get right into the workforce to help them navigate looking for a job, making a resume. The resume they often make in school too, but is if they cannot be 20 at the start of the school year.
Oh,
So if they turn 20 on September 3rd and school starts September 2nd, they could come.
Wow.
Because they're 19. But we will, and that's not a school rule, that is an Alberta education policy.
But they will not be able to complete English proficiency within that 1 year.
No.
Yeah, it takes about 5 years.
Yeah, so you have the benchmarks have 5 levels within them. And some students progress very quickly if they're doing a lot of practicing at home. If they were exposed to the English language before moving to Brooks, they will progress much more quickly. It all just depends on the background of their education, how much time they spend studying in the evening, if they're even have time to study. Some people have jobs and it's hard to balance everything.
Yeah.
But it's harder for a student to be integrated, to learn the English language at a fast pace if they arrive as close to an adult, I would say.
Yeah, it's very tough. Yeah, unless they were born here or they came young age. Yeah, they will have much more time through the school system.
And it is possible. We do have students that move here at the age of 15 and they get an Alberta high school diploma by the time before they age out. So, and they do it. Students are doing it.
Oh, fantastic. Those who had a background from back home or those who...
We've had a mixture of success stories. We have a lot of supports in place, whether if we're working with the community supports that we have available or our school supports. And we're streamlining our school, the school process every year to make it more efficient and more inclusive. And that has played a major role in, I think, the students getting the supports they need and the early interventions.
Okay. Oh, that's fantastic. And you guys doing a great job, Michelle and your team. So you mentioned 2 other departments other than Swiss. You want to repeat that again and what they exactly do then?
Which one?
The two other Swiss and
new family liaison worker, and then also HIPI program. Yes.
So what is that HIPI program stands for, and what the liaison office, liaison family, what they do?
New family liaison worker, they are helping newcomer women specific and with their family, and we're doing one-on-one support as they need it. And we're focusing about integration piece because while they get everything settled in Brooks, and then they still struggling lots of different things because they have to start looking for different pathway, not only settlement needs. So we will help them one-on-one, and during our one-on-one session, of course, and how our programs. So we have lots of programs running for the women specific. And then for HIPI program, with we are supporting and educating newcomer mom, whoever has 3 years to 5 years children at home. We doing role play with them. We have home visitor to go to their house to read book with them. So help them to be better parent when the kids turning 5, and the parents and plus the kids, they are ready for school. That's our program.
Oh, no, that's a great program. Michelle, how best you can encourage parents' involvement at the high school?
I would say that to encourage parent involvement is to have parent info sessions where all parents could come in and learn what the school has to offer, but also creating fun events for parents to mingle and engage. We have had bowling nights before, or with our levels program, and cooking night where people could come in. And that's one thing I think we need to do, is to share culture to get parents more involved, and also providing interpreters where needed. And I would say really creating a welcoming environment and also learning about the backgrounds of our students and their parents. All of our students before contacting home, before having meetings, because then I think it's just important to learn about the students we have within our building and their parents, because the parents play a huge role. And if a parent comes in with a concern, is to thank them for coming in, and because that is their role as a parent, is to be an advocate and to have those conversations with the school.
And tell us a little bit about the documentary that you mentioned you did with University of Calgary with Dr. Rahat.
Yeah, so it's called Bridging the Gap. So it is a resource that schools can use and school divisions to help educate them on the newcomer experience, what schools can do to play a role as to help them be successful, and how to help bridge that gap between. And so it can be used as a resource for school districts to help them learn from the information that we have gathered, the work that Rahat has done with other people as well in Calgary. And
I watched. I think it's fantastic. It was great documentary.
Thank you. Yeah, they worked very hard. It was
a
lot of people were involved in creating that documentary. It's a lot of work. I was a small part of that, and it was amazing to me to see all the layers that go into research for it and getting the interviews and gathering the data. And there actually is a booklet that's available on the Transliteracy Lab for the University of Calgary, and it is an information pamphlet that is for free for anyone to look at and download to talk about things that your district can do, things that you can do with students, things that at all different levels can do. And so that is available for free for anyone.
I think it's well done documentary. Though I won't say I watched, and some of the comments was not. I would have used different from some comments.
Okay.
But I think overall, I think it shows through the lenses of a newcomer, how best you can work together and then achieve the end goal of the school diversity inclusion, to make sure that the students will have a success path, whatever that success that they have in their dreams and their potential. And I think because of doing the data and all that, many hours prior to the documentary done, I think paid off, and I think was a fantastic. Even when we watched at the office, I think it was a great product, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you. Thanks for the kind words.
Congratulations.
So when are you thinking of, or Dr. Rahat, to bring that into Brooks, or first will be in Calgary?
First will be in Calgary, and then they're wanting to bring it into Brooks and invite the people that were a part of it, and of course the district and the teachers that were involved and the students that were involved, so that they could do a showing and share with the community all their hard work.
No, I think was done well. I think that was a great product. Hopefully that there is a follow-up to that documentary. If there is any, I think it was good. So tell us a little bit about the challenge opportunities that you like to share with us. Comes with the job.
Challenge to share with, I like job to be in challenge, because whenever you face challenge, you learn something new. And then no matter who you are, no matter how old you are, I believe always something new come to you. And then that is some part of my job right now, because I start this position in January, and lots of new things, and I feel like, even not 1 year yet, and I still feel like, lots of information and lots of new stuff and to learn, and that is a great opportunity, and you get paid and you learn something new. That's great. And then I don't talk challenge so much, because challenge, I feel like is another opportunity as well. And I also want to see like even some struggling is an opportunity as well. I remember I share with my younger brother, I told him the same thing. I said, whenever you feel you are struggling or you are how challenging, there must be a solution, right? And then that is a new opportunity, and you will learn from that and you gain that. So that is my part. I'm enjoy to have the challenge and to grow to become a better person every day.
No, that's true indeed. I think every challenge they have solution, and you learn from that solution to be successful.
Yeah.
If there is no challenge in life, you will be sleeping.
I agree with you. And then that's when you never gain from there, right?
Yeah, Michelle, what are the opportunities in your mind to help the students succeed and reach their potential?
I would say to use the supports that are available. Your family, your friends, the school, the community. We have a lot of supports within Brooks, and I'm even learning about supports that I wasn't aware of, and I have been born and raised here. So I think, and that's what the school is doing, is making those supports aware, and don't look at asking for help as a sign of weakness. And because, we all need support from everyone around us, and I think that is an essential thing, is to look for, we have scholarships, right? We have mental health if we need support in that area. And our parents are also very big supports, our families, to educate yourself with compassion, knowledge, and kindness. Be dependable and be open to changing your mind. I have points of views that I had 20 years ago that I realized that was wrong, and I've educated myself more and become more open to that. And I actually learned at training this weekend that be mindful that you are someone's environment. So your actions matter. And so think about that. With everything you do, you are part of someone's environment. And what are you going to do with that power?
Wow.
Right? So
that is the lesson from the yoga.
That's the yoga lesson. Yes. Be mindful. They were talking about that. And it was actually a city developer that was talking about, as I'm digress, but they were talking about this podcast, and he's a city developer, and how they're really trying to structure, make holistic design plans when they are developing cities, and just talking about that everything we do, we are part of someone's environment. So I took that to heart, and I'm like, that's really important, and that's advice that everyone should think about. And so, and so that's what I would tell students, and hard things do happen, and we learn from those and overcoming those obstacles, but just not being afraid. And also take time for yourself. You need to recharge. And students, I see them, they're at school all day, and then they're working a job, and then they are doing homework all weekend. That you can't continue to live if you are burning the candle at both ends. Take time to have dinner with the people you love, or play a sport if that's what you like. So I also think that it's important to give back to yourself as well as give to others.
No, that's a good advice. I think people have to have a time to themselves. If you don't, then you will have a problem. You won't be able to help anybody if you are enemy to yourself. So you need to have a I, myself sometimes, and have a time to yourself. So is that yoga, then you still going to continue the lessons at the high school?
Yeah, so I still am teaching yoga. I became certified about 7 years ago, and then started the program. So it's a locally developed course through Rocky View, and so students could earn credit. So I offer yoga 15, 25, 35. Wow. And the students seem to really enjoy it. We do mindful work, we stretch our body, we learn about the 8 limbs of yoga, and there's many things that we could all benefit from. And you have to do so many credits per year to keep your certification up. So I went and did training this weekend. So sometimes training, you leave feeling tired and exhausted. I left feeling restored and rejuvenated, and I'm excited to share my new findings with my students. But it is a course that's offered, and this semester I have 30 students, and next semester I'll have about 45 to 50. Wow. So,
Wow, as I mentioned to you on the weekend, we'll definitely suggest to the trustees to join that class.
Yeah, I could teach you guys a class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think it's good beneficial.
Yeah.
and they will learn something.
And it's for all ages and all abilities.
Yeah.
You know, there's people of all levels and movement.
Yeah.
Limitations. People have limitations in their movement, and they say if you can breathe, you can do yoga.
Yeah. No, I think it's something that I will suggest to them come this Monday, next Monday's board meeting, and see what the answer will be. But I think it's good. Life is a learning process, so to learn something new is always beneficial. Okay, Xin, what are the advantages of a diverse communities like the one we have in Brooks and County of Newark in terms of a community economic development?
I think our Brooks and area community very unique. Like as Michelle mentioned, we are 100 hellos, so we have different culture, and we're learning from each other, right? So we have to open-minded, and then to see why other people doing this and what's the reason behind, also what's the culture behind, and then from the economic, we will see because we have our variety people there, and of course we will variety community services like for example some business and just for example if a food business, if you see Filipino food restaurant, Indian restaurant, you see Ethiopia restaurant, right? So yes, exactly. So you see because they from different community, of course they open different ethnic food restaurants. So that is things to helping them the economy. Also, because Brooks is a little smaller city, they will see, oh, this is our community need. They don't have this in this community. For example, some grocery, some space, and then because cooking different and different space as well, and then we'll have some marketing, right? Like a grocery market will open as well. Of course, we'll see. And then when you come up like a clothes, and we'll have clothes, and so I see that like we'll have lots of business opportunity, and also idea change, and even to helping the whole community to grow in their knowledge and to revisit their marketing focus. And then that is I believe is really different benefits than others. And also very unique benefits we have in here. And as a business entrepreneur, like as my husband, he is, so we know lots of support from our community as well. I just know they have another called business growth funding again. So that is the city have lots of support for the whoever want to run in their business. Of course, lots of federal and provincial government have funding as well. And that is another impact for newcomer whoever want to start a new business, because I know new business never really easy to start. But I always say like even start a business is hard, but maintain a good business even harder. So so ongoing support is really important, and I believe our city is doing a good job following that too. So that is what I see from my side.
Yeah, that's good you mentioned, but there are also so many newcomer businesses that did not succeed.
Yeah.
Open it and lost money in it. Yeah. Opening a business requires somebody to first know the business in the society. It's different from back home. Yeah. So for jumping into a business without knowing, you're just another recipe of losing your money. And that's what we always advise them, not to lose your money. Try to do some study, what business you want to intend to do. So I think it's a choice that somebody can make. Yeah. But overall, there are good newcomers business successful story in our area. So I think when you run for a mayor, I think that you can bring more businesses.
There you go.
consider running for a mayor, I think, then I guess you will be able to bring those ideas into action.
You know what? I have to become a citizenship first. I'm not even a citizenship Canadian citizen yet.
I think one day you have to be citizen before you run for public office.
I'm happy what I'm doing right now because supporting lots of newcomers, that is really important because I was newcomer 13 years ago, right? So I know how hard for the beginning. And my colleagues, they know I didn't speak English at all. So it's like a huge challenge. And then, like I said, challenge also another opportunity, right? Mm-hmm. So we learn how to speak English, even though we still learning, but at least much better than before. So, and my job is helping newcomers. So I understand how their situation. So I'm happy, and I know when I see something, we help them and they get exceed in their school, in their job. We are so proud of our job. So.
No, that's good. I think it's some people can be able to. If you say I'm running for a mayor on a TV today, then you're going to have a lot of people who will call you anyway. Who might be thinking running for a mayorship in this town.
Look for your name on the voters ballot.
There you go. So you might have a lot of phone calls tonight. So it's always.
I'm not a politician person, but I'm allowed to help.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, Michelle, what are the advantages of diverse communities like Brooks? For example, you guys have school diverse group at school. Mm-hmm. Similar to what we have in Brooks and County of New York, but the school has also their own diverse students from different backgrounds, from local kid all the way to different ethnic groups. So, what in general, what do you think a diverse community such as Brooks and the county advantage in terms of economic development in the area?
Mm-hmm. I think a lot. I'll kind of mirror what Xin said. Was a lot. They bring in the businesses that they're creating. You know, you get authentic food and authentic clothing from a variety of cultures, and also the more people you have within a community, that produces more consumers. Yeah. The more people, the more consumers, and so building that partnership. But now from the school side, we have diverse groups will bring in diverse perspectives. Yeah. We could learn from each other on both ends from different cultures. It could bring in innovation. I can't quote or cite where this source is from, but I was looking online that they have said that research has shown that diverse communities create more innovation. Yeah. And so that is what we're seeing within our school. You know, it's something that is not happening overnight. It's the progression is slow sometimes, but I think that we're getting there, and that's what we're seeing is we're getting a variety of perspectives, and then students having that within the school are also sharing that information with their families and their parents, and I think opening them up to new ideas and different ways to look at things. There's a quote I got from a podcast that I like sharing with people is diversity is having a variety of people at the table. Inclusion are those people having a voice, but belonging is those people's voices being heard. And that is what we're trying to do within our school is create that sense of belonging and hearing the voices. What would you like to see at the school from all parents, from all students, and incorporating that?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that's very true indeed. I think it's important for people to be listened. Mm-hmm. And I think schools are not exempted from that. So I think you guys are doing a great job. Mm-hmm. And there is always a room for improvement in terms of you have a very diverse, especially the high school and junior high, mm-hmm. As well as the East Brook and the two other elementaries. But also you have a diversity, a school outside Brooks, the county. Mm-hmm. In terms of you have the Mennonite, you have all this. So those are still a diverse population in terms of their unique culture. Yeah. And I think as you rightly said, it's not only the labor force also comes play into everywhere you have a labor shortage.
Yep.
So having a new people coming to our area helps also to relieve that kind of labor shortage in the region, and also learning from each other. And that's what I have seen from the documentary, that the Mr. Ahmed guy who came from Egypt can teach some of the students how to write Arabic. So that's new things that somebody can learn from that kid from Egypt. I think that was a prime example from the documentary. So everyone can learn from somebody, each other. Yeah.
I think just taking the time to listen, and because we're all often seem that we're very busy, but it's amazing how much further you'll get by taking the time to sit down and just having a really deep, open conversation. You will get so much information and be able to take that information to flourish and educate others around you. I have had to learn to slow down and listen. So.
I agree.
Yeah, I went to a friend of mine's farm one time, and he said, Ahmed, you want to jump on the horse? I said, I don't think so. I don't want to be in a statistic and some black guy end up jumping this horse, and he fell off and hit his head on there and died. So I said, no.
That's not the way you want to go on.
No. I said, no, I can be something else. But I think because the horse takes time to get to know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just go to a farm and then jump somebody's horse, even if they ask you to do that. It takes a time for the horse to get to know you, to feel comfortable. Regardless if you are black or white or whoever that, it's not the color issue. It's just because the horse has to get to know you. That's my understanding.
Yeah. And it just takes time and patience and motivation, and that's the same advice that we could give to students. Take the time, put in the time, the dedication, the empathetic side. We were talking about empathy. I know that was before, and sorry, I always move it around here, but yes, it does take time to learn to ride a horse, and you have to put that time in, and that is we could use that concept in life for.
That is indeed, that's true, because I think empathy goes a long way. Sympathy is, you feel sorry for this person. Nothing to feel sorry for the individual. Yeah. But you can feel empathy, and that's what human empathy is. If you feel empathy, then you will be able to empower. We always try also to empower people, but not enable them, because that's another critical piece of someone. Tell them where they need to go to help them to achieve, but not to give them a cup of tea all the time. As saying of the Chinese is, show how to fish, not give them fish all the time.
Yes.
And that's a very strong one, because showing the fish, they will be able to be independent. Giving them the fish all the time, the day that you don't give them, that's when you have a problem.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when the problem of this starts blaming game. So my final question to Xin is how do you see in terms of all this diverse population in the area? Would you suggest integration of the community is more to having more events, for example, sports, food, Taste of Nations that we have at the city? Would those kind of events help integration of understanding of the value of diverse population?
Yes, of course. I feel like the city provides like Taste of Nation, lots of different activity during the year, which is great, and grab people like together and let people pay attention like what's going on for the community as well, right? So it's from the during the event activity, people learning from each other. But my thought is like even our SPEC, we have a program like I mentioned, international cooking. Because people love to taste food, right? So we people do bring people, and then so we would like to join the program so we can help invite people and to learn from each other. But like I said, what I also think maybe we have more community research maybe better to see what kind of things this community interest. For example, Chinese, I'm Chinese, so what kind of things we are interested, right? And what kind of things from Somali and if we understand more about them and what kind of things they are interested, so maybe make the event maybe more successful because they know they grab the interest part and then they are eager to go and they want to join, right? But something like they don't really interest, even you're doing a lot of announcement and then a lot of advertising, they feel, oh, this is none of my business, right? So maybe not really want to join. So my suggestion, as an organization and even our community, that's we are working on it. We want to see what you like, what you want, right? I told to my team, I said, we have to hear what client need, but for community, we have to hear what our resident need, right? What they are interested, and then that way we do whatever they want, and then they feel, oh, this is something we like to do, and we are happy, and we can join together. That is my thought for us, and as an organization to work on. Also as a city, maybe more some tips for as well.
No, thanks, Xin. You said well, but I think might be also a good idea to encourage your clients to volunteer more to the local community.
Yeah.
Because if the newcomers don't volunteer to the other events of the local, there will be no integration. There will be a segregation. Bunch of people here, bunch of people here, bunch of people here. So we need is to unite and bring people together. So asking them to volunteer if Michelle has something, if go to the food bank or go to the city events, volunteering helps also the mind, and also they will get to know other people.
Yeah.
That's how you build the human connection. That's how you build your social net.
Yes.
We're taking a bunch of youth sometime early next year to the farm because we wanted to show them, and those are a bunch of newcomers. So we're going to take them to the farm so they will see the farm area and how the process of the farm is. I think then they will appreciate, because some of them came from a background of a farm, but they never had the opportunity to go to the farm here. So I think it goes a long way of building the inclusivity of the community, both here local or also the farm. And maybe if you take a group of people to a outside the city territory, the county, I think they will benefit something.
I totally agree. And even volunteer, I know it is a great opportunity. This is my brain said, when you post something, you want to attract a volunteer, right? You want to attract client and encourage them. Yeah. And then this is my brain said, we always want to let them know what's the win-win situation. I always talk about a win-win situation. What is, if you tell the client, this is only for you, this is the win, and then they will thinking, so why are you doing that? So, and then I want to share a win-win. What is the win for you and what is the win for other? So they know, oh, if I'm doing this, they will benefit for me and then also will benefit for them. And then they maybe understand more, and then the situation will, this is a win situation for me. That is my brain always said. Whatever trying to either volunteer, this is sell to, selling your program, right? Organizing selling your program, people to come. Event, we selling event and let people to come for the event. And to me, it's all selling marketing. so it's I always want focus win-win situation. Yeah.
Fantastic. I think because volunteering is not on many of the immigrants' vocabulary, because there's nothing volunteering back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't know what volunteering is because there's none back in those countries. But I think this is something new that people can learn from it and build is also the social net of the individual. Schools used to have
And I think that the more people you get involved, the more they will chat with their community or their friends, and then more people, like that's how you bring in volunteers. Like that's how I help the Connect Club, you know, and I have friends in that group and they say, hey, I need help with this. Yeah. And then I'll be like, hey, I need help, we want to help. And then you get more people involved just through word of mouth. So I think that it's a trickle effect, right? Or the ripple effect. Yeah. So you will, just get a few people involved and they'll just start to build that comfort, the connection, and then people just continue to provide support.
The schools used to have a cultural evenings, food and all that. Hopefully, having that come back to the schools.
We've had it the last couple of years. Well, I'll let you know when it is. So we have had that. We even had food last year too, because after the COVID things. But the cultural days, the students kind of said that they wanted to incorporate those. And I know they used to do Taste Nations at the high school and a cultural day. And then now the students have taken some ownership taken more ownership on it. And we had every year is getting a little bit bigger. I think you came there last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it always encourage also the local people to participate, because I want to know also the Irish food or the British or the French or the Spanish or the
German
Portuguese,
food
German food. The Danish, they have that, if you go to Tim Hortons, you can find it.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are things that's how you bring society together. So maybe something to consider, not only focus one side, but focus both sides. So because there is also a mothers who are very proud Danish background, or your heritage, for example, is in Dutch. So you need to be proud of the food that you make in Holland. I've been to Holland many times, and they have a very nice food, and they have a very well known. So it's that kind of bringing the food also from the European side, because everyone has a heritage.
So good idea.
Because then that's
more
food and then more understanding. Because white people also come from somewhere.
And we do have we had
heritage somewhere.
And we get for sure. We had the students do that, but I think we had a variety of students do things, but I think as it gets bigger, more people want to be a part of it. But I think you're right, bringing in more people from outside of the community, even more, and the parents. That's a great way for them to come in as well. Sure. Parents of all of our students. That's what I always say. When I talk about inclusion, I'm meaning all of our students, not just the newcomers.
Because the newcomers also will learn something.
Of course, yes.
From the other side. The Irish food or the Italian spaghetti. That's what we love to eat, spaghetti, because those countries have been colonized by the Italians. Ethiopia and Somalia and all those areas, they even though Ethiopia has never been colonized, but Eritrea and all those countries, they've been colonized by the Italians. But I think it's just adds a value.
Yes, agreed.
Food
brings people together in every culture, right?
True.
Food, music. Food and music and sports. We starting a Jongwer youth tournament. Soccer tournament here. So I think food and sport brings together. So my last question to you is, what advice you have for the youth, today's youth?
My older son in grade 12, I always try to give him some advice. Try as much as I can. I think to me, I feel like if you think you can trust yourself first, right? And then trust your ability. And then also to try the best to find your potential as well. If you think you can, you can. But if you don't trust you, nobody can trust you. And then another word I like, Michelle said, patient as well. Like we need to be patient. Sometimes it's not we try today and then we'll come tomorrow. Need a long term to see the outcome. And then that is my advice. If you think you can, you can.
Most people don't have that patience. That's where the problem is. So Michelle, what do you think? What advice do you have for the young youth, today's youth, especially when they are connected to the social media?
The social media, I think critical thinking skills when you're on social media. Not everything you see is true on social media, but also use it to spread information, bring in events. Like social media is not going anywhere, and there's a lot of benefits that come to social media. And I believe just sharing ideas you have, sharing things that you're going to start around the community, or being involved through social media with your community, finding out what your community is doing, using social media for communication. And that's what the purpose of it is. But just be mindful too of what you're going to use on there. And what I said, one thing I wrote in my notes here is that volunteering is some advice. Make sure they volunteer and educate with compassion, open to changing your mind and respecting others, even if their opinion is not the same as yours. You know, we're going to run into people for the rest of our lives where we have difference in opinions, and maybe their opinion will change or your opinion will change, but to have that, being open to having a conversation and being respectful to one another. Yeah.
That's well said. It's not always your opinion is right.
Yeah.
Maybe the other person's opinion is right, but you still have to respect the individual, their opinion. Yeah, it's not yours, it's somebody's opinion. No, that's well said. Thank you very much, both of you, coming today to the to Global Village Show. Hopefully, we'll see you next time, and hopefully, we kept the tough questions for next time.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
This is the end of the program today. Thank you very much for joining us, and hope you will join us next time. Until then, if you have any ideas or suggestion, please. Always, you can connect us with Global Village through our website, www.globalvillagecenter.ca. Until then, have a fantastic day and God bless you all.